Hey everyone, Isaiah here, and welcome to another episode of Art Shuffle. One of my favorite channels here on YouTube is Team 4-Star. They make the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series, and every December they do this event called DBcember, where they do a different countdown, where they just kind of celebrate Dragon Ball. And I figured it'd be a fun thing to participate in that too, because I really love Dragon Ball. So all this month, you'll be seeing me sketch out a different Dragon Ball character. And we're starting here with Vegeta. And we're just starting off here like we did in the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure sketch, where I know Vegeta's going to have this glow around him because he's going to be in his Super Saiyan blue style. So I kind of hit that up with a few highlights first so that I know where that light is going to be coming from in the illustration. And then I fill in the background here, trying to think about the colors that I'm going to be using. I know that Vegeta's going to have this big blue aura around him, so I go for this dark turquoise, blue-green background thing kind of going on. I'm also kind of recreating a scene from the Resurrection F movie in this sketch card, so I'm kind of going for the same way that that environment felt in general. I think I could have been a little cleaner on filling in the background there. It's a little splotchy. And really, you can prevent that kind of problem just by being thorough with your coverage with the marker. And I'm also doing some layering of two different colors to produce a new one with this effect. And in that situation, I should have waited for the first color to dry a little bit more before putting the second color on top of it. And together, that could have prevented the splotchiness that I have in the flat coloring in the background there. Dragon Ball has a very unique style. Sometimes it's kind of hard for me to even think about Dragon Ball in general without imagining Akira Toriyama's style, but of course I didn't want to recreate that. I wanted to think of the characters in my own way and draw them in my own style. And one of the big things there is that I had to decide what Vegeta's face was going to look like, because I didn't just want to mimic Toriyama's style. And in the past I'd done a Goku sketch card, so I kind of just started off with that for my face, knowing that Goku, I gave him this more round face. I wanted to give Vegeta very different features. So he's got harder, more chiseled features, and I even gave him a more pointed chin, just to kind of help give him this more stern, more serious feel than Goku has. I'm coloring in the black parts of Vegeta's costume. I kind of wish that I didn't go for a neutral black. Kind of would have preferred to have gone for something a little bit more blue, like a dark blue or something like that, that is going to match the aura that we'll see later on in the image. Because I think when I started doing this illustration, I had a convention coming up and I knew that most of my blues were really low, and I was being very conscious about that, and I shouldn't have made that decision. I think looking back at this right now and I see these neutral blacks or neutral grays, I really think that I could have done better with a better color decision here. When I was planning out this illustration, I originally wanted to put Vegeta in his Gallic Gun pose, because the Goku that I drew before was in the Kamehameha pose, and I just figured it'd be really cool to have Vegeta charging up his attack in the illustration too. The problem I ran into, though, was that Vegeta is pretty much all hair, and I wasn't able to come up with a really cool way to show off both Vegeta and the pose in the sketch card format without cutting off a lot of his hair, and I really didn't want to do that, so decided to go for the Big Bang attack style pose. You know, we got an iconic pose out of it anyway, but don't worry, I've got somebody doing a Gallic Gun later on this month. The Super Saiyan Blue aura is really interesting. It's very different from the typical aura you see in Dragon Ball. If I had to give a description to how the different auras feel, I'd say the typical one kind of feels like a raging fire exploding from within a person, whereas the blue aura is more serene, calming, kind of this sparkling, bubbly kind of thing. So the edges of this aura have this very undefined, wobbly kind of feel to it. And when I'm coloring it, I'm doing the thing that I typically do, is go from a dark tone to a mid-tone to a light tone with my colors, but I'm giving that a lot more body and volume to the color. So after I do my three tones, I go in between the darker tone and the medium tone, with the medium tone again to kind of blend in between those two, and also to create just kind of this new secondary or tertiary tone between those two. And then I do the same thing between the light and the medium tone, and I may layer that a few times, and so I can get a lot of body and volume to the color, and also increase the intensity. And the illustration is just about finished here, so let's just sit back and watch it. As always, thanks a ton for watching. If you like what you see here, feel free to click the video on the right to check out more.